Hey, it's Carper Carver, and today we're taking a look at the Neewer Floor Lamp. So this is pretty exciting. Neewer, which is a well-known company for their photography equipment, their videography equipment, their studio equipment, are dipping their toes in a RGB dedicated product such as this floor lamp. Now they do already have RGB products, but for the most part, they're like lights that attach to your equipment that shoot color on you strictly for shooting videos, for photography. So this is really cool that they are going out there and trying their own floor lamp. Already being a well-known company, it makes me that much more excited for this product. A couple facts about this is it is able to do 1500 lumen, so it is able to get really bright. It has your cool colors, your warm colors, your white colors, and also all your other favorite RGB colors. This does have an app. I have not yet used it, so I'm gonna do some screen recording and I'll go through there and take a look at everything. This does have sync with music. It says 18 million DIY colors, so you can do it yourself and create your own colors. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and open this up. We'll put it together. We'll take a look at the app and then we'll just see what the product looks like. Let's just go for it. There we go. What's in the box here? Okay, so right off top, we have a user manual. Here is the actual light itself. All right, feels good. Silicone and rubber, I want to say, feels really nice. The dedicated plug, black. All right, so here's a little screwdriver. Here is the remote. Wow, this looks a lot like the Govee remote. Let me grab that. So here's their remote, and here's the Govee remote. Look at that. Wow. They are literally about identical with what they do. That's okay though. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just don't copycat too much. Okay, we have the little sliding bars that normally go in the bar itself so we can connect it. The little screws. Oh man, here's the base itself. I've never been so excited for a base. So let's take a look at this. Oh man. Maybe there is a built-in speaker in there. I don't know, but yeah, check this out. This is the base. Look at that. Like the bottom of it almost looks like water, or like it's reacting to music or something. I don't know if you can see that well. So that's cool. Yeah, look at that. And then in here, we have the actual bars. So something I've learned in unboxing quite a few different floor lamps is you kind of learn the difference between expensive floor lamps and cheaper floor lamps by the bars and the light. Okay, so this leans towards the more expensive kind, since this is like metal. This is metal. A lot of the cheaper ones are plastic, so it has really good weight. This right here feels more like silicone, more like rubber, where a lot of the other ones I got don't feel this quite high of quality. But also another thing about it is a lot of times, if it's a cheaper one, the light comes like built into it already in sections. That's the difference with some of the like $30 floor lamps I've gotten, and even some other ones. But anyways, yeah, so we have the bars right here, and simply put, you would connect these right here. So you would slide that right there. You would do a other half, slide that in there, and then screw it in. Let's go ahead and put this together. I'll do like a little fast forward. We'll turn it on, get the initial reaction, connect it to the app, and then we'll take a look at some of the scenes. Okay, so now that I got the railing all together and connected, yeah, I like this. You can tell that this is the more expensive kind. And I like that. What I'm supposed to do is connect the light at the bottom. There's always a little method on how you get this light in here. So I'm gonna connect this right here. And then the top. This is how it says in the instruction manual. I think this is the best way to get in there without bubbles. And then you're just supposed to kind of start pushing on both ends to get it in. And we got it. I'd say that this is probably about, I don't know, 5 foot, a little more than 5 foot. Wow, I love the aesthetic on this. All right, let's go ahead and plug this in and get our initial reaction. Oh, there's also a little power button at the bottom. I didn't see that. There we go. Oh, there's a light at the bottom too. I'll show you a close up of that here in a second. Okay, wow. Here it is. Look at this thing. That's slick. It does like a ring around the bottom. That's so cool. Let's go ahead and connect this to the app real quick, and then we'll take our longer look at all the scenes. So if you want to know how to connect it and see the scenes in the app, feel free to stay. Otherwise, you can skip ahead, and we'll see what all the lights actually look like. So pulling up the app right here, I'm going to click plus on the top right. What was awesome is that it already popped up after I connect my Wi-Fi, which I'm not going to show. This is it right here. I can tell you right away, it is very clean, very slick. I love how this looks. You got your illumination, you got your colors, scenes, music, DIY. Here are all the different temperatures you can get, your warms, your whites, your cools. So that is really nice. Of course, we'll take a look at all of these here in a bit. Here are just solid colors that you can do. Right here, looks like you can do segments of colors while you're customizing it. And here are the scenes. These are very clean looking. I'll admit they're kind of small. Whenever you're holding it in your hand, it's not as noticeable at first, like which each one is, but it's still nice looking. Feel free to pause at any point to take a look at some of these scenes. We will go through these here in a bit. Get your music mode. Okay, you can capture from device or your phone, so that is very nice. Looks like some customization options for the music, your speed, and things like that. So, ooh, I'm gonna have so much fun playing around with this. What else do we have? Okay. Over here are DIY. Of course, this is where you can create your own scenes and normally share it. They do have an AI mode where you can ask it to match the color of certain things. You can do timers. I exited out real quick and went back to the menu, and this is where I saw that you can do group control and things like that. This is where I also learned from talking to them that they are going to come out with a neon rope light soon, so that is really exciting. And then here is the social app right here, which I'm was addicted to Govees for a while, so that is really cool. I'm excited to post on here, perhaps be the first one. If y'all get this device, please add me on there, and I would carry a conversation with y'all. This is awesome. Guys, I'm going to say I'm really impressed with the app. It does remind me of Govee a lot, but for some reason it seems to have its own flair or feeling to me. So that's really cool. I may end up being the first one to ever post on their social media thing. So that's really cool. But anyways, guys, let's take a look at the scenes. I'm so excited for this part. Well, guys, that is the Neewer floor lamp. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is a great lamp. It's obvious that the craftsmanship from what they already know went into this. It's sturdy, it's slick, the bottom is sexy. It's nice. Now, I will say something with a design choice that was a little weird, is floor lamps are made to face the wall, but the outlet, the part where you plug it into the floor lamp is on the opposite side that would face the wall. You would think that the plug should go in on the same end that goes up against the wall. That way you don't have to wrap the cord or turn it or anything like that. So that was kind of a weird design choice. But guys, I would say that this is officially the second best lamp I've done as far as brand wise. There's still Govee, and now here's Neewer, and then I have a couple other companies with their floor lamps, but this one is really nice. Why doesn't it top Govee? Well, to be honest, the only couple reasons why it doesn't top Govee yet is the fact that Govee has way more products. So instantly when I'm thinking about this one, I'm like, well, I can't have it do Dream View with this other light. I can't have it match with this. Also, there's not as many scenes, preset light effects than what Govee has. But honestly, for the price and what it is, like, this, good job, Neewer. If you can continue this and maybe come up with more products like this, like, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. I'm excited for the social media side of it. I'm going to post on there here in a bit. I love the design of this. The color lights are really fluid when they move. That's always been a gripe of mine with like Lumari. They have a lot of lights, but they're not very fluid. They're not very smooth. This one is very smooth, very fluid, and looks nice whenever the colors move. I love the bottom light. That is so cool how it shines down and creates this little ring. I haven't messed in DIY too much, but I'm assuming, or I'm hoping, that in DIY they have it where I can actually change the bottom light of that and have it do some things. As far as the the scenes go in the app, I think they're too pretty looking, the pictures and stuff. I think they need to be kind of bigger and more bold. That way you can obviously see what you're choosing. I think it's a little bit hard on the eyes whenever you're picking your scenes. But yeah, guys, I like this. This is a great floor lamp. I'm really surprised, and I'm excited to see what else they're going to do in the future. But anyways, guys, this has been Copper Carver. Please like, share, and subscribe.